Teaching Trust's 5th annual Leading to Impact Summit. My name is Aaron Thomas, or A.T. Green, and I'm the program officer leading our leadership team's work in Fort Worth. Any Tarrant County folks in the house this morning? Thank you for making the drive. It is truly an honor to be here during Black History Month for yet another summit. We pay tribute to trailblazing Black leaders, who have made an indelible impact on North Texas. Leaders like civil rights activist Juanita Craft, whose leadership paved the way for more higher education opportunities for local Black students. I'd like to give a shout out to the hundreds of educators in this room. You've chosen to use your precious weekend time to be here, to connect with other leaders across the Metroplex, for your own development and to impact our community. And for that, I thank you. Our theme today is 2020 Visionaries, and at the risk of sounding cliche, one thing we know about hindsight is that it's definitely 2020. 10 years ago, Ellen Wood and Rosemary Perlmutter founded Teaching Trust on a vision of empowering community leaders with the resources and capacity that they desired in order to transform their schools. What started as a small program with less than 20 participants has grown into a community of over 1,500 educators, serving 300 schools and supporting 350,000 public school students across North Texas. As we embark on our 10th anniversary as an organization, we are fueled and renewed in a commitment to working alongside our North Texas community, utilizing the notion of power with rather than power over. All in an effort to develop self-aware and systems-minded school leadership and leadership teams, growing and collectivizing with communities to dismantle deeply entrenched institutions of oppression and racism. And in doing so, we need to keep talking about race and not just mention it in our mission as a happenstance. We must address the inequities fueled by the systemic oppression of people of color and global anti-Blackness. The path to strengthening opportunity for our students depends on it. One way we've sought to make this norm is by engaging our staff in self-reflection activities that help us to recognize and decenter practices around us that are rooted in a culture that favors white supremacy. We've also expanded our teams to include leaders in culturally relevant pedagogy, culturally relevant curriculum design, and community engagement. Our organization is constantly seeking to improve our lens for racial equity, and know that that will only happen by listening to, learning from, and uplifting the voices of the people who've been most harmed by the effects of a system that favors white supremacy in education and beyond. We, each of us, are on this racial equity journey together. Today, we call on your courageous leadership to reflect on and value the ideas, experiences, and backgrounds of each of your students and their families throughout our learning together. We urge you to commit to lean on one another today. Step into opportunities to learn something new and share your perspective with others. These small commitments are powerful ways to begin shifting our thinking and day-to-day interactions, and can ultimately help lead us to making our public schools and community spaces more inclusive for people of color and those who have been historically silenced, underserved, systematically and systemically oppressed. One way that Teaching Trust has committed to engage the community we serve in order to inform our work is by making community-centric content, making that to be the expert voice that we follow, marrying our strengths and skills with the needs and desires of the community that we seek to serve. With that in mind, I am thrilled to introduce our morning keynote speaker from TNTP. Please help me welcome Dr. Tanya Horton, a leader in education who will be sharing with us the opportunity myth, a research study that surveyed 4,000 students in 5 diverse school systems to learn more about why so many students graduate from high school and are still unprepared for the lives that they want and deserve to lead. Without further ado, please welcome Dr. Tanya to the stage.